Hello everyone, this is DJ Thed here, and I'm here to showcase the Rayman Legends Definitive Edition demo. And what I'm showcasing specifically is basically the changes and things that also haven't changed between this version and previous versions of the game that have been released on other platforms. But of course I can't showcase everything because this is of course just a demo. The full game for the Switch has not come out yet. It's going to come out in a few weeks. But there are a few things to take note here with this definitive version that may or may not make you want to buy the game again if you have already bought it. But if you haven't played the game before, this might also be the version you might want to get. It depends on what your stance is and what you already have, what you haven't experienced, all that jazz. So yeah, we are here at the start menu, well the main menu I should say. And obviously the background has changed, but that's not really a huge deal because it is just a cosmetic change, so let's just move on. I've already played through the demo a few times, and this first sequence for the first level is also in the full game, and this has not changed at all. So we'll just go ahead and break through it here. And I should note that even though this is the Switch version, it has a touchscreen that can be used to control Murphy. Murphy is only usable with the button in the main campaign levels, at least for as far as I can tell. Definitely on the demo version that's the case. I'll get into that a little later, but yeah. Touchscreen Murphy is not available for the main campaign for this demo. But he is available on challenge level, and I'll get into that later. So I'll go ahead and give a quick background on my history with this game. Real quick, just because it's relevant here. I've been playing this game since the Challenges app came out for the Wii U back in 2013, spring 2013 I should say. Yeah, spring, about April-ish. So I've been playing this game for a long time. I have played the Challenges mode competitively, like competing for good times and all that, good scores. I've also done a lot of speedrunning of this game as well, whether it be like in the challenges, the invasion levels, or speedrunning for like any percent speedruns. And I've also done some light modding of the PC version. So I've been messing with the file system for this game on PC. I've also been messing with level files on PC, seeing how they work. But that was a long time ago, but the point of this is that I know a thing or two about this game when it comes to how the controls feel. And I'm going to tell you right now, the controls for this game are identical. Everything, including all the bugs and all the annoying things that come with it for speedrunners that, you know, aren't very pleasant to deal with. And I'll get into that. So yeah, every speedrunning technique is still here. Why be wise? And also this little neat thing is also still in the game. Co-op boosting. The point I'm trying to make is that every single quirk that had to do with the physics in every other version of the game is still present here. Nothing has changed. So don't expect changes like that for speedrunners or people that want to take this game more seriously out there. Alright, so anyway, on with the main level. It is a bit awkward to play this game with the Joy-Cons, if you ask me. But, yeah, like I said, touchscreen Murphy is not available in campaign modes at all. So if I went to the portable mode, where I have access to the touchscreen, oops. If I had access to the touchscreen, I would not be able to use touchscreen Murphy. I would still have to use the button version of Murphy, which is available on basically every other version that isn't the Wii U or Vita version. So most people probably are familiar with this, but they wouldn't be able to experience the touchscreen Murphy for the campaign levels. But it is still in the game, and I'll be showing that off. Alright, so after that, here's the 3 typical demo levels that are in every version, every demo of this game, really. Which is the first level of Teen Season Trouble, first level of Toad Story, and Castle Rock, which is the first musical level of the game. And for as far as I can tell, when I play through every single one of those levels in this demo, they are all the same. Like, if there are any changes, they're not really relevant. Maybe like a couple of lums have been replaced in different spots or something. They're not that relevant, if there are any changes. Like, if I go into this musical level here, there's a neat little bug that is still present in this version that I know of. I don't think I've seen any YouTubers or anything, no YouTube videos of this done, so. But yeah, this bug I'm about to do is possible in every version of the game. I can just go down here, which is not intended. It's a neat little bug, but, like, yeah. It just seems like there haven't been any changes for the main campaign levels, but there are changes and new things, but it's just not with the main levels. At least not with these demo levels I've been provided here in the demo. There might be some changes when the full version comes out that we aren't expecting. Because, like, for example, there's in the PS4 and Xbox One versions of this game released, there are a few tweaks to the Rayman Origins levels that made them a little bit easier. Like, a Geyser Blast had a obstacle, like one of those enemies that tries to grab you and pull you in with the hand thing. I don't know what they're called, but one of them has been removed in one of those levels. It makes that level easier to play through. Because a Teensy is being guarded by that enemy, and it's no longer there on the PS4 and Xbox One version. So yeah, here's the Murphy's Touch Challenges painting. This painting was also used in the Vita version, but it's not quite the same as the Vita exclusive challenge levels. And since this requires handheld mode, as you can see is on the bottom of the screen, I will have to take the Switch out. Alright, here we go. I have a camera set up. 1 second. Alrighty, here we have the Switch. If it can focus. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and jump right in. I have to raise the volume, because I know it's probably not going to be too loud. But yeah, this level is clearly the Wii U version of How to Shoot the Dragon. So Touchscreen Murphy is here. And I suspect that this version of the level will just stay as a challenge level. And the real How to Shoot Your Dragon level will still require Button Murphy in the main campaign level, because it is a main campaign level. Come on. There we go. So like what I'm saying is, let me just reset here. So right now this level is the Wii U version of How to Shoot Your Dragon. And it's not the same as the PC version of How to Shoot Your Dragon, because those versions have different gameplay mechanics. The Wii U version uses Touchscreen Murphy and an AI, as you can see right there in the center of the screen, to navigate the level. You're trying to... It's almost like an escort mission, really. You're escorting this AI through the level if you play this game single player with Touchscreen Murphy. On the Wii U version, anyway. But this is the Switch version. So, for as far as I can tell, while these levels from the Wii U are here, they are, they're isolated to a challenge mode, which is the painting I just jumped in. So, I don't know this for sure, but I suspect that, all the Wii U versions of the Murphy levels will just be isolated to their own painting. It will not be in the main campaign levels at all. All the campaign Murphy levels will probably just require Button Murphy. That just uses the button to use him. So to those of you that were expecting the ability to swap between whether or not you want to use the Wii U version of Murphy with the touchscreen, or you want to use the button version of Murphy, depending on whether or not using handheld or mounted version. Yeah, it's probably not going to happen. But like, I don't know this for sure. Here's the thing. Like, the full version of this game could be different. Probably not, but it could be. But I'm nearly certain that that's going to be the case, where the Wii U touchscreen levels are just going to be in their own mode. You will not be forced to do these in the main campaign level, so just be separate levels, separate challenges altogether. It is not a thing you can swap between. But as I was saying earlier about the differences between the Wii U version of the level and the PC version of the level, well, so far it's pretty much the same level design on PC and Wii U. So far. At the end of this level, it's actually quite different. To those of you that have not played the Wii U version or watched the Wii U version, will be surprised to see what's about to come up at the very end of the level. Nice. You're supposed to jump. Yeah, this is why I don't like the AI. Trying to escort her through the level, not that fun. And you didn't even bother to get that teensy. I know you could have reached it. I know your hitboxes. Alright, so here's the end of the level. Normally, you'd be given a fist power-up that would allow you to launch fists. It's a power-up that's in the game already, but like it's normally a thing you also get here. But in the Wii U version, you don't get that, but you get this instead, where you get Slingshot Murphy. Because in the PC version, you get the fists to take out those dragons, but in the Wii U version, you have the Slingshot Murphy instead to take out all these enemies. And casually, that might be amusing, but it is quite slow for speedrun. But anyway, yeah, stuff like that. Yeah, changes like that are to be expected because the Wii U version was the original version this game was made for. But when they ported it to other systems later on, they made some changes to the levels because you no longer had a touchscreen Murphy, you had a button Murphy. So you can expect minor changes like that for some levels, and some levels I also know for a fact that are very, very different, like, what was the level called? Infiltration Station is a very different level between Wii U and PC. Anyway, let me plug this back in so we get better footage. So yeah, that's Murphy's Touch in a nutshell. It's a mode that is gonna be reusing the Wii U versions of the Murphy levels. And whether or not you would have preferred that in the main campaign levels as like an alternate option, well, that's just not gonna happen, unfortunately. Like again, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that this is the case. So yeah, based on what I know, the main campaign of this game will remain the same. There's not going to be any differences to how the main 5 worlds will be constructed and how you play through them. They will all be the same. So I've been hearing a lot of rumors about this Kung Fu mode for this version of the game. I've been hearing rumors that this mode would have online functionality when the full version of the game came out, and I don't think that's going to happen. I highly doubt it, because that would require a lot of netcode programming for a mini game that's kind of niche, to be honest. Like it's a kind of a game mode that you probably play once or twice when you get the game, right? And you probably never go back to it unless for some reason you just really love to play this with your brother or something. But like there's rarely a chance that you would play Kung Fu at all, really. At least that's how I think of it. But there is a neat little addition to this Kung Fu mode that I've not seen before, which is an AI is now here when you are by yourself. So you can fight against the AI who is a duck. As you can see, it's Duck Glowbox. So that's a neat addition, but it is a minor addition, probably. But if you kind of like playing Kung Fu, but you've always had to play by yourself or something, you now have an AI opponents to play with. But, like, yeah, that's like the only difference that I know of that's to Kung Fu. Other than the fact that you can also play multiplayer locally between other Switches that are, you know, close by, but not online. That will create too much delay, and that will require a lot of extensive netcode programming that I just doubt that Ubisoft would be willing to do that. But if it happens, I will be sure to update this video. But other than that, this demo seems to have no other differences between other versions of the game. But there is one other thing. And it's this Barber skin. Avelina. Avelina, yeah, Avelina. I don't recognize the skin, but I think it might be a skin in a version of the game that I don't own. I do own 3 versions of this game, and this version of Barbara is on any of them. So, it's a skin that's, I would assume is new, but I actually don't know for sure. So in summary, this definitive version of Rayman Legends will have the same campaign of the 5 worlds as the PC version, where it has Button Murphy. However, it also has the Wii U version of the levels whenever you're in handheld mode, as a separate game mode, separate little isolated challenges mode. And for speedrunners, I assume this version of the game will just be identical to the PC, PS4, Xbox One, Xbox 360, PS3 routes. It's probably going to be the exact same. I don't think any of the campaign levels will have different requirements to unlocking whatever level. It's all probably going to be the same, but this is just an assumption. I don't know if they're going to change any values, but they didn't change anything for the PS4 and Xbox One ports, and I doubt they will do that here as well. So, yeah. In my opinion, I was expecting a little bit more for the definitive version. I would have expected, like, honestly, I would have expected these touchscreen levels to be swappable, to be like you could just choose whether or not you want to play through this Murphy level in handheld mode with touchscreen, or you could play it with button Murphy. That's what I would have expected, but that's not the case at all, and I'm a little bit disappointed, to be honest. So there's still one more thing that I definitely don't know for sure that if it's going to change at all, or if it's going to be exactly the same, and that's going to be the challenges mode. And those being like the weekly challenges, the daily challenges, the daily extremes, weekly extremes, those challenges. In my opinion, I expect them to be the same challenge types. Like they will still be the Land of the Living Dead, the Dojo, the Never-Ending Tower, the Never-Ending Pit, I should say, and the Infinite Tower, and the Murphy's Dungeon. Like all those challenges are going to be the same, I'm sure. I would honestly be surprised if they added like a swimming challenges mode or a or whatever. Like based on what I've seen, there's not much effort to make new additions to this version of the game, because this Murphy's Touch challenges mode is reusing assets from the Wii U version. Like the only new thing that I've noticed gameplay wise is Kung Foot with the new AI. The demo presents no other differences that are appealing as the definitive version. But of course, since this game is not going to be on the Switch, the fact that you can play it on the Switch might be its own selling point, because, you know, the Switch is a home console and a mobile console, so you'd be buying two games in one, you'd be able to play it on your TV and play it on your handheld device. And that might be enough for you to buy this version of the game. But honestly, I don't know if I'd buy it. Like, I probably will buy it, actually, but, like, if I was just a casual gamer, I didn't care much about this game anymore, I probably wouldn't buy it. But since I'm basically a Rayman Legends entrepreneur at this point, like, I've been playing this game for years, I've been speedrunning it, I've been modding it, I'd probably get it anyway. But for an average player that already owns the game, I would expect it to not be worth it. Like, I don't know for sure. When I get my hands on the full game, I will play through it all completely, and I will come back with the reports whether or not any new additions makes this version worth buying for players that have already played through this game completely on any other version of the game. So, actually, you know what? I think I might just announce this now at the end of this video. When the Switch version comes out, I will get it, and I will speedrun it using the PC route, assuming that it'll work without any hitches on the way, and I'll stream it on Twitch. And after that, I will play through the game 100% casually, taking notes on the way whether or not I notice any differences, and I'll make a video on that, and I'll let you guys know if there are any differences, or if there are basically no differences at all, other than just the Murphy levels being touchscreen on their own, in their own separate isolated little challenges mode. So with that, I'll see you guys later. There's nothing else for me to say. Yeah, see you guys later.